This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
It's I Love the 80s, and this is 1986.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there.
You're him, aren't you? You're the Goblin King.
The only thing better than a glass of beer is tea with Miss McGill. What's tequila?
Yeah, it's like beer.
What happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly. Come on. Size. What the hell with this? I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
There can be only one.
That's got a knife. That's a knife.
Dig, you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
Hey, white boy, what you waiting for?
How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
No disassemble.
It's all in the reflexes.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
Yes, Sensei! Bueller.
Then let's just say they're widgets.
What's a widget?
This water ain't really that pure.
Neither are you.
You're in your underwear? I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
I just can't resist your intense animal magnetism.
You could kiss me on the veranda.
Lips would be fine.
This thing will be over in 2 minutes. Get on it.
We got screwed at the same time. Yeah.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
You can't do this and respect yourself.
Holy shit, we're head to head. I can't believe we're doing this.
I want to hear you say it.
Say it! Say it! Ah! Ah!
It's just too big. It's way too big.
It's getting hot in here. Is it just me?
She do it to me last year, huh? She do it to me last night, huh?
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
This is Robert Hayes, the Ted Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Everybody in this country thinks they are special.
Suck my fat one, you cheap dime store hood.
Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Don't you leave me, Maverick.
Wanna go, pretty boy?
Last year, I spent more money on spilled liquor than you made. Woo!
I don't take shit from no one.
Infamous is when you're more than famous.
I'm bringing him in closer, Merlin. You're gonna do what?
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT and the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
Hey, Laser Lips, your mama was a snowblower.
Throwing the greatest party of all time. The whole world is there. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
Well, if you ever wondered what three IT guys talk about when they go to the bar, in Detroit, you found us. This is the IT and the D Show. We're hanging out in the Russell Industrial Center. Beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. As always, the show is hosted to you by myself, Bob the Sales Guy. We're here with Dave the Geek. This is episode 86. Welcome back. Find us online, itinthed.com, Facebook/ITinthD, Twitter/ITinthD. When we're live, tweet us online. If it doesn't suck, we will read it.
Because we are all things IT in the D.
You are not.
Still not. Nor shall you ever be. So, Bob, how how was opening day?
Oh.
I mean, that's the big fun and excitement here in Detroit today.
So it's funny that you should mention that. So I've been around the country.
Do I need to cue up the Godfather?
No, not yet. I might get there. But like in Detroit, it's a rite of passage, right? Where opening day is kind of like the sign of spring.
Right.
It's like the last great. Like, okay, this whole town's gonna party, come unglued, and any excuse to have a drink, we're gonna do it. So like literally, there's people everywhere, in every corner, drinking everything.
Yes.
Leaving messes.
Yes.
And it's like the greatest time ever. The whole world's there. For some reason in Detroit, like Detroit Tigers opening day has become like this huge tradition where everyone has to go downtown, and it's become. Dare I say
not everyone, because I was not.
I hate baseball. I get that, but like it gets raucous. Like I don't want to see what the town looks like at 8 a.m. Like there was crap everywhere.
It's not going to be pretty.
There's people like right now talking about, oh my god, the drunk drivers is coming home from 75 are like scaring me. Like,
oh, I'm sure
friends from Quicken and all that.
Because people were there drinking starting at like 6 o'clock this morning.
And the funny thing was, this was the first one that I went to, spent the whole day, stayed sober.
I'm not going to lie. I'm actually impressed. I'm
highly surprised.
I had the over-under on your BAC at 1.2.
No, not even close. Not even close. But but it was more. I might lose my card for this.
You were walking around. You were fanboy today.
Nah.
You were Rhino's handler today.
Handler my ass. That was fun though. But it was almost more fun, like picking out like the really drunk guy and like putting side bets, like when he's gonna
fall or hurl or
oh my god, he's gonna trip over the like usually I'm that guy, So I think the hunter has become the hunted, right? Where now I'm
the circle is complete. Now you are the master.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. You know what absolutely sucks about opening day?
Walking.
That too. Everywhere the cabs won't take you nowhere because there's traffic everywhere. But like, okay, I get like when you go to the ballpark and a beer's $9, right? It's been established. When you go to a concert, beers are expensive. But does every single beer tent outside the stadium have to be $25 cover and $9 beers? What? Every single one. When we finally got to Old Shillelagh, it was a $10 cover, and at least they had a good band.
Right.
So we went there. But like, we try to go to this one, like Madison and Brush, $25. We tried to go to this one, $20. Like Chelios, $20.
Because like it's their one time of year where they can really, really rake it in. Is that the shtick?
I don't know. Like to me, that's borderline. Like, come on, like Chelly's, I get it. But you got to charge $20 to get in that yard? Like, what did you? We walked in the ballpark an hour and a half early, went in the beer garden because it's like, well, why in the hell are we going to spend $20 here to get the same beer they have there? You know what I mean?
It makes no sense.
But people are paying it,
and that's why I didn't go to opening day.
Oh my god,
none of it makes sense to me.
No, but it's fun to be around. And you run into so many people, and it's
this doesn't happen for like the first Red Wings game of the season.
No, nobody cares.
It doesn't happen for the first Lions game of the day. It just doesn't exist.
No, and I've been to opening day in like Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
nobody cares.
Is it? So it's like
it's a total Detroit thing. Detroit and St. Louis.
So it's 3-1-3 day, but it's opening day. Like no, it doesn't happen anywhere else in the country. But here,
what's area code 406? I don't know.
Right, yeah, Chicago. Hey, you guys have 3-1-2 day? What?
You guys are stupid. And I'll be honest with you, we've been going for like 15, 16 years, and I'm still gonna go. But I don't like the bars. Like I get it, you only make money on event days, right? But God, you got to rake people over the coals. Like it's almost embarrassing. Like I almost don't want to go to some of them for like, what are you doing? Come on. Like, I know you're gonna be busy. And like Shillelagh, $10. I have no qualm with that because it's like
it's reasonable.
No, to put up that circus tent's like $5,000 to hire the band. I get that. Like $10 fair. You're charging $25. It's like now you're
pushing it.
And there wasn't anybody at that one either, which was even funnier.
So we do. I'll be honest. I wasn't paying attention when you were going through your rigmarole because I was checking sound levels and that kind of stuff. We do have guests in studio with us.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
We do. We have.
Yes, Bob, we're here, Bob.
And I know you can hear him eating popcorn,
Hello.
too. Yeah, exactly. That took 4 seconds. That was outstanding, Bob. So now we've got Leanne, who's going to be talking about When Visions Collide. Two Electric Boogaloo that is going on this Saturday. Should be a very cool thing. We've got Sola to talk about it's the Social Media Association of Michigan. They've got an event this weekend that'll be rocking and rolling. We've got Jer, who's just here to drink our beer and eat our popcorn. That's what he's here for.
Well, that's the original thing, but we can talk about all things Detroit.
Exactly. We'll talk about the effect of all the suburbanites and why I'm an evil person in downtown. Yes. And then we've got Russ, who laughably was here for our very first episode. These many 85 odd episodes ago, and it's the perfect time because he's been overseas for a long time on his naval deployment, and it's episode 86, and it's Top Gun night. So,
and I graduated from high school in 86.
Right, yeah, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, and shut up. Yeah.
You too?
Exactly. I was born
What are you
in
laughing
86.
at?
Yeah.
If you move the 8 to the right and then you flip the 6 over, then you'll get me.
You mean you flip it
I don't even
like
know what
this?
you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
like
was
that.
3 years
like
old
that.
at the time.
Jeremiah, just say it.
Man, thanks for chiming in on that.
Don't make us do stuff that makes our head hurt.
He was going with 89.
Oh.
Where I think he was going.
No, 98.
98, whatever.
Ah, guy,
You graduated high school.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite stories from this week, and it's one that I've been waiting to talk about because it's such a cool thing to me, is they actually found like the blueprints and all the proof that there were tunnels from Hef's Playboy Mansion to the homes of like Jack Nicholson and Warren Beatty and some of like the known players in Hollywood. That's phenomenal to me.
We talked about this,
dude. It's like a reporter was going on a story and went down got a pass into the basement of the Playboy Mansion, which apparently is someplace you can't get to ever, and was going and it's an unfinished basement at the Playboy Mansion. Who knew? Because it's just storage racks of all the blueprints and drawings and all that kind of stuff and photos. And he was going through these photographs and found one of like this giant, there were bulldozers and all kinds of stuff. And he's like, well, what the hell is going on here? And the GM said, oh, that must have been when they were building the tunnels. And the guy was like, tunnels? And literally, they built tunnels from the Playboy Mansion to, like, Jack Nicholson's house. Like, how insane is it?
No, Dave, the first thing, when you talked to me about that, I'm like, wow, that's cool. And the second thing is I go, what became so difficult about getting in a limo and getting driven home?
Well, and it's Jack Nicholson. It's not like he cares.
Right. Jack Nicholson.
But it's not like he's
Tom Hanks.
No,
Yeah, but
honey, I'm going down for a stogie. And he's gone for 3 hours. Like, what? I'm downstairs still.
Yeah.
I don't see the... To me...
I just thought it was fascinating. Like the underground part of like Washington D.C. when I was living there always fascinated me. All the tunnels that interconnect buildings that nobody talks about and knows about and that kind of stuff. So to me, it was just fascinating that kind of stuff existed. And more to the point, well, it's the Playboy Mansion, so there's always wacky mayhem, and who knew?
Give me one reason why that makes sense. Like,
well, yeah, because if you think about when they were built back in the 70s, it's not like TMZ existed back then. It wasn't like the huge.
No.
Media factory. It would make more sense if they were building them now.
Sola wasn't hanging out tweeting about it when they're leaving. Like, it's not,
Sola tweets about everything, apparently.
I do.
No, but what, I do, like, who, like, sitting around going, it'd be great, just build a tunnel to my house. Like, why can't you just drive here? Like, I don't know, it's fun.
I just kind of want to have a tunnel to my house.
Like Disneyland has them, why can't we have a tunnel?
It's like a status thing, though, right? It's like this is a significant
Well, yeah, because
thing,
there were apparently only
but then,
four of them.
because no one knows about it, though, because it's secret.
Except for them and their crew, right?
How far away was Jack's house from the...
It was less than a mile.
Okay, so was there a golf cart in the hole?
That's the
That's
thing.
a long walk.
Thank you.
Or a
Just hop in
stagger.
your car and get there.
That's what I mean. They all got limo drivers.
Oh, dude, if they could have like their own little subway system.
Like a train, yeah.
That would have been outstanding. Like a little
For crying out loud. So can we welcome the newest addition to the Walton Spiel house? Or my Amazon Echo.
Oh, I was like, your kid was
No.
I was like, your kid was
She's like 2, yeah.
There's another one, Bob?
There's another one. Her name's Alexa, and she's the answer to all my answers.
No, her name is Echo.
No, you call her Alexa to make her do stuff.
Isn't that how it works in your house, by and large?
No, it's usually babe. Babe, Gretchen. That's how I get things. But it's I kind of dig it. It's kind of changing how things go. Like,
so, and for those who don't know, Echo is
so it's like imagine it's like a Bluetooth speaker. You put it anywhere.
It kind of looks like one,
like married with Apple Siri.
Yeah,
with Siri, so you can pretty much like I can walk in the living room and go, Alexa, play The Clash, right? And it'll go playing from Amazon Prime. So it's basically Amazon's version of, you can do Wikipedia Spanish Inquisition, like because I say that every day. No, but you can like like what's the weather? Read news, like you know what I mean. If I'm walking downstairs with a coffee, like news flash, like
kind of creepy.
I cannot wait for the next party at your house.
Did the Tigers win last night? Like that kind of stuff.
It's gonna run in your house and yell random stuff.
No, I'm gonna So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait until he passes out, and because I know where it is in his house, and I'm gonna turn his TV on like Al Jazeera.
Absolutely, the NSA will love it.
No, because it's not like Google Glass where you can run up to somebody and say like image search diarrhea 500 times. And, like, you know what I mean? Like that's always been my dream to see someone with Google Glass. But it's like it's just this little tame little thing in there. It plays music for me and like answers my math problems that I have all the time. It was $99. I dig it. I would totally.
So you're sending Gretchen there for help with her homework now instead
of
asking you?
Ask Alexa. Don't ask me. What are you doing?
And this is how liberty dies.
No, why are you asking me? Google it. I've done that. I've done that already a few times. Why?
No surprise.
Why put it on Facebook? How do you find the Here, let me Google it for you. That's pretty much what this has turned into. No, $99. I would recommend getting one.
All right, I might have to get my hands on one.
Yeah, it's just for the music alone.
Yeah,
you're shaking your head, Russ.
There was a side conversation going on. I'm indicating with her eyes.
Ambient conversation.
Yeah. Alexa seems really cool. I'd like to meet her if I could someday.
That's fine. Yeah. Your girlfriend in Canada. Yeah,
that's right. You wouldn't know.
Julie Glass.
She lives in Vancouver. She sucks like a Hoover.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
really?
She lives
from that movie.
She lives in Canada. The girl has no morals.
Oh, exactly. About my girlfriend. Drinking age is 19 there,
So speaking of Al Jazeera, one of the stories that concerns me greatly is that apparently ISIS is encroaching upon and is about to take over the actual city of Tatooine. Where
assholes,
where
total
like the original Star Wars was filmed
in Tunisia,
and it's Touiee, whatever, but it's Tatooine, and they're going to take it over, and they're threatening to do bad things, and I think that like I don't know what what are the geeks of the world going to do? Give ISIS bad Yelp reviews?
Are they the ones that burned Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru? The conspiracy theories.
So yeah, like all of the granted, like the buildings that are still there because it's a desert, so it's been remarkably well preserved.
Yeah, but they're running off tourists and stuff because it's a huge tourist attraction.
Exactly. Well,
it's the only money Tunisia gets from anything anywhere.
Yeah,
so.
is geeks. So yeah. I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's why Anonymous got pissed because Anonymous wasn't going after them.
Yeah, exactly. Anonymous wasn't angry until they threatened Tatooine.
You screw Tatooine, you're dead. Dead to me.
And then on the geek front, this just came up today. So we had them in studio about a month or so ago, the good folks from Midwest Media Expo. And they will be running their events downtown at the Rensen Marriott this weekend. And as it turns out, we're going to be doing a live panel discussion or two this weekend because our buddy Ian is booking us into stuff.
So I say...
Because I made the mistake of telling him he could.
So he said, what's a panel about? And he was like, I don't know. Like, okay, I'm in.
Geek stuff.
Yeah, so we'll be at the Rensen Marriott over the weekend with the Midwest Media Expo folks, and if you don't remember, they're the folks that did Youmacon, and they're downtown doing their thing this weekend. It should be entertaining, and we'll be doing a panel discussion of some sort. Well, it could be. We'll be there, and I'm sure there's alcohol somewhere. It's a hotel and there's a bar.
Starting a podcast for nerds,
right?
It's
the one, dude. It's the one with the Harp Twins.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. See, now you're awakening.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That should be fun. Like, I don't want to know what the panel is. Don't even tell me when you get to the door. Just let me sit down.
Just going cold, totally cold.
Totally. Yeah, those are the best answers. I don't want to prepare for nothing. Like, I want to walk. Like, ask me something. Like, I've never been on a panel before, so I'm kind of excited.
Well, actually, and laughably, that's where Sola came into the equation with us. Was the back in the old days, the event at Dino's.
Absolutely,
That's where we first hooked up and did the whole social media panel discussion and finding a job and all that fun stuff. It all comes full circle, Bob.
So, no, is it going to be like Comic-Con panels, like when we see like Joey Lauren Adams, like, what was it like to work with Adam Sandler? It's like everyone's just going to ask us,
hey, what was it like to meet Billy Zabka?
What was it like? What was it like to interview Sola? Like, it's the whole panel's going to be.
That's what I'm going to ask you.
Exactly. So,
what was it like having press passes at Comic-Con? Outstanding.
You shook Burt Young's hand. My God, your friend.
So, and on the alcohol front, I thought this was interesting.
Oh boy!
Have you seen the powdered alcohol stuff? That's not even like out yet, but it's powdered alcohol that you can like mix with water, and it's booze.
Kool-Aid.
It's already been banned in 6 states, and it's not even released yet. And the best part is because they were apparently the states were concerned that people would like inhale it or snort it or ingest it to get drunk quicker.
To put it in evaporated milk.
Right. And so...
Wasn't that from Aliens 4? Didn't they do that?
Alien 4, wasn't that Resurrection?
Yeah, Resurrection. It was Resurrection.
Did they,
because he had the little cube, he put it in the thing, he pushed the button, and it became liquid scotch.
Yeah, I think he did. You're right. But yeah, so laughably, the guy who is the inventor of this took to YouTube and did videos of people snorting his product, just to prove that.
Amazing.
Basically, it would take you you would snort it, and then you would be in incredible pain for an hour to get the equivalent of like one drink in your system. So just completely not worth it.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, exactly. So
how many are going to go through that exercise?
Too many.
Have you seen the internet?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you seen YouTube?
This is like the cinnamon challenge gone horribly wrong.
Dude, when my 10-year-old knows about the cinnamon challenge, I'm like, are you kidding me?
That?
Spoonfuls of cinnamon. Like, you just eat them.
You
Right.
eat it,
You're
and
an
then
idiot
you have,
if you do that.
Well, you eat a spoonful of cinnamon, and you have a certain given period of time that you have to whistle or something.
Yes, and apparently it's physically impossible.
Like the whole 10 cracker thing, I was like, oh, that's easy. I'm like, oh my God, it's not easy.
Right. Yeah, and then not so much. Yeah, because it's hey, light yourself on fire challenge. Hey, how about get out of high school without getting knocked up challenge? Let's have that.
Let's start that challenge.
Ouch.
Hey, I'm from Flint. We don't do that shit.
Yeah, Flint has officially failed to that challenge.
That's before high school.
All right.
Oh yeah, Warren's there too.
Can we end this segment on a high note? So the fine folks at Android this weekend pushed out Lollipop to my stupid phone. My stupid wiener phone that I hit yes to.
Wiener phone.
I hit yes to their stupid wiener update.
Your wiener update called Lollipop?
Is this different from your normal phone?
No, it's my Samsung S5.
Wiener phone. I was just asking. Yeah, it was like a bad phone.
No. Stupid wiener. Stupid wiener. So I click yes. Like all good updates, right?
Right.
You're looking out for the better interest of me.
Of course. It's the latest and greatest. Bring it. I need to have it. Yes.
Yeah, because I need more
garbage now.
I need more live wallpapers and like buttons. My phone is a complete turd of piece of humanity right now. Mm-hmm. So amongst the 17 apps that were destroyed that I had to reinstall.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Right? That's one. Is now my battery. I was fully charged walking into Plaka today at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Fried. I barely touched my phone. Didn't make any calls. Phone was fried at 2:30.
Completely focused on Rhino, so that's understandable.
Phone's fried at 2:30.
Yike.
Like the battery. So then I looked the battery thing.
Yeah.
Screen 5%. Like all the stuff. Like Android, iOS 22%. Android, whatever the next one, 20%. So that's just chewing the living daylights.
Why?
But here's the thing. Didn't somebody test it and say it's killing?
So here,
or do they just want me to buy a goddamn S6?
They want you to buy the new one.
Yeah.
Here's the beauty of
bastards.
It's the good touch and bad touch of the Android world. So like with iPhones, it's standard. You have the iPhone, and that's it, and that's all there is to it. Like you might have the 6 or the 6S. Like there's your variations.
I have the big one
with that's not what I heard. Then,
he almost ran with it. Did you hear that?
But with Android, there are like 80 bajillion different manufacturers, different makes, different models, different boards, different chipsets, different everything. I mean, it's impossible to test. Like if you go to like a testing company and say, "Hey, I want you to test my website on mobile," they will say, "Okay, will do iOS for you, but then you have to pick like 4 Android platform because like there are 800 that we could run with if you wanted us to.
Like
that's the issue.
Like I had to go into the boot clear cache thing, like partition. Like I had to do like there's so much crap I had to do because I Google my problems like normal people do. I don't post them on Facebook.
I Google my problems,
right?
Hilarious.
And then like all these steps I got to do, and I'm like, are you effing kidding me?
Dude, if I could capture like his Google and Echo cache. There's a book there.
The great thing is that
there's a book there.
Over in Google headquarters, there's actually like a board and like
There's-
a light up
yeah.
that just shows these things. I would love for about 2 days to just capture Bob searches. It would be amazing.
No, so the Amazon Echo actually does. So of course, when I leave the house, I want to say what my kids are saying to it. So of course, my 8-year-old asks, Alexa, do you have a butt? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like
that's your kid, Bob.
It's all potty humor, right? And of course, I go, what did it say? And she goes, I don't have a body. I'm like, great answer. Like, on that note, we're bouncing up against a break. We'll be back. This is the IT and the D Show.
We'll be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT and the D Show.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT and the D Show.
Do you know what your storage costs? We do, and that's why we're doing something about it. At Quantum, we think you're just paying too much, period. We've been helping our customers protect their data since 1981 while reducing their total cost of ownership, often by as much as 40%. We believe your strategic data protection plan should take advantage of all available technology. Let's talk some more at 586-745-4DXI. That's 586-745-4394. Quantum. Established name, new ideas.
Give me a beat!
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
And welcome back, segment 2, episode 86. This is the IT and the D Show. We are sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek. Find us online, itandthed.com, Facebook, Twitter, /itandthed. Segment 2 is brought to you by Pure Storage. Find them online, purestorage.com if you want to hit them up directly. itandthed at purestorage.com. They are a flash array primary storage folks. Really killer company. We just lost a good guy from my company to them, so they are blowing up. And so find them online.
The sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads, they all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
Totally
Is
that Mrs. Poole?
Yeah, well, so she was the school secretary in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She was Thornton Mellon's secretary in Back to School.
Mrs. Poole.
Yeah.
I don't know where Mrs. Poole was from.
Thornton Mellon's personal secretary.
Wasn't it the neighbor on the Hogan family? Oh my God!
Yes, it was.
Kiss
Oh
my
God!
ass.
Screw you for knowing that. Seriously, screw you for knowing that.
God is punishing you.
I hate myself.
You just got smited for knowing that.
I can't remember like our guest names, but I remember Mrs. Poole from the Hogan family. Jesus Christmas.
So hey, speaking of guests, we'll dive in with our first one here on what a phenomenal segue job that we do. So we've got Leanne Rumsey in studio, and she is doing When Visions Collide 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. It's not on the event. They don't.
That was added in.
Change it, yeah.
Redo everything. Redo everying 4 days before.
We'll have Hoffman. We'll have Hoffman redo all the cards for and everything. It's no big deal.
He won't mind. It'll be okay.
He loves us.
Right. Wait till Hoffman sees us.
He loves us. So it seems like it's a really cool thing. Like I looked at the photos from last year.
Yeah,
and,
it doubled.
And it's got a lot of attention this year.
Yeah, I had 12 artists last year. This year I have 26.
So, so what's the scoop? I mean, is it like a prim and proper art gala opening, and you're supposed to wander around with your glass of Chablis and discuss the art and the properties of art?
No, it's a different art show. This year I'm doing a VIP dinner that's sold out, so I have 150 people.
But just to tell everybody so that they can't go.
Right,
That's great team.
Like you should have, when I asked you a month ago, right, when I asked you a month ago, maybe you should have bought the tickets, because now it's too late.
Right.
I'm an asshole.
Oh, can she come back every time?
Exactly.
Like, here's food that you can't have. Oh, it's so good.
It's hungry man dinner anyway.
You should have bought tickets.
Typical woman.
Just craft dinner anyway. It's not like.
So okay, so the VIP thing is the night before, but so like
No, it's the same day.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the night before.
No, doors are at 6 for the VIP. General
Okay.
admission's at 8.
Okay, so it's like kind of like a wrestling show,
right?
Yeah,
right.
So what is the event? Like what you said? It's not your father's Oldsmobile.
Right. This
so
year
what is
it's going to be
not a
masquerade
Buick.
themed. So you can wear a mask, or I have some people coming in
Is the
Comic-Con
password
outfits.
Fidelio?
You said that. I should have a little slot in the door.
Right.
A what in the door?
Stop it.
Deep password. Go do beer fest style. That's more fun.
Just snort it.
Make people yodel. Like deep password and make them yodel outside the door to get in. That'd be way. See, Jeremiah can get in. Jeremiah's in. Right. Exactly.
He's the
I'll
first
yodel
one
for
in.
fun.
Right.
So 26 artists. Like what kind of artists? Is it?
It's all over
is
the
it
place.
paintings? Is it?
There's paintings, charcoal, marker. I think I have 2
Paint
or
by color.
3 graffiti artists.
Color by number? No,
There's
no.
a stained glass artist.
Really?
Yep. I have someone mailing me their stuff from Chicago because they want to be in the
Interesting.
show, so that's pretty cool.
Well, because we've gotten to know Kelly Nemzik,
Yep.
just because all the weird Venn
She's been a
diagram
huge
of whatever.
help, yeah.
Dude, she's awesome.
She's amazing.
And like so, but like Bob like picked up her Kiss the Kiss art paintings that she
Mm-hmm.
had, and yeah, so I mean, cool. I mean, it's like there are people that we know that are a part of this and in it. So yeah,
There was a blind artist in the show last year, and he painted on stage. That was pretty cool. So he's in the show again. We did a documentary on him last year. What do you have
Skeptical
to say?
Dave is skeptical.
Do you have questions about
That's
this?
memeable right there.
So-
Dave's look on his face is just like
It's like
priceless. It should
blind
be a gif.
artists.
so like just no matter what happens, you just tell him it's really good or like
No,
what?
it's good stuff.
It's amazing.
Like
It's like a picture.
Like Stevie Wonder only has one outfit as far as anybody. Like as far as and he just looks really really good in that outfit.
He told me I can put him wherever I want in the room because he doesn't care.
Right.
He's like, you can stick me upstairs in the dark. I'm not going to know. Just hand people flashlights.
Awesome.
I'm like, all right.
No, that's
Yeah.
cool stuff. I mean, so it sounds like the stuff's all over. So is this stuff for sale?
Everything's
Is
for
it just
sale.
walk around everything?
Everything's for sale. The art's for sale.
Yeah, be
The
careful.
art is for sale.
Know your audience.
Right, I was going to go
The
Dr.
art is
Detroit.
for sale.
Hang on, put the word out. If somebody can make a Napoleon painting, like a big one, with my head on it, with the sword up, with the shield, I don't care. Just,
I'm sure Kelly could.
I'm sure Kelly could.
I've already asked like 30, like the whole Kenny Powers has one behind
Ask
his
her
desk. That's what I
Sunday
want.
when she's not so busy.
Okay,
on
done.
Sunday after
Right
the show.
on. I need that.
So what? So I guess let's start with the basics. Where is it?
It's at Tangent Art Gallery in
Oh,
Detroit.
Bartertown.
What?
Bartertown.
Yeah, who runs Bartertown?
That's
Exactly.
First time we ever went there, we went there for the Squared Circle Wrestling that they were having there, and we got out. We parked in a field next to an abandoned building, and then we walked out, and
While everybody got high.
and there was a guy who was like 8 feet tall with a midget on his
No,
shoulders.
you called me and said, "Where is this place?" I go, "I don't know," but there was an 8-foot guy with a midget just walked by on his shoulders,
I'm pretty sure we're in Bartertown.
and there was a truck that just drove by with 2 bodies on the front bumper.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was
An Mad Max reference.
So
And
that's
the-
Bartertown.
And the stripping nuns.
Yeah, so
nice.
that will forever be Bartertown to us. But no, I mean it's a cool space. I mean there's
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of
really
good stuff
cool.
there. So and admission is
Is it on Milwaukee? Isn't it around there?
Yeah, it's on Milwaukee.
On the other side of Grand, or on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the right of Woodward on Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Admission is $10.
the address is probably on there, Bob.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah, it
there.
is.
You make
But I mean,
715
most
East
people
Milwaukee.
with smartphones just put Tangent Art Gallery and it pops up. And it takes you there.
So what's a smartphone?
Put your Android.
He has an
down.
Android. I'm not
No.
sure he can do that.
You hit the.
Once I hit maps now, the battery's shredded.
He tries to search for a location, and it just like dies on him in the middle of the search. And he'll actually even worse. It dies in the middle of the directions. He just ends up in the middle of nowhere.
If you see me
without
walking
any
down the
help.
street with this thing plugged into a car battery, you know why.
He shows up at 1:30. I made it.
Right?
I'm here. I want my art.
Bob's like, I don't need to
Art
jump
me.
for my car. I need to
Art
jump
me.
for my phone.
Somebody make something with ketchup packets because I want that.
But I would like art that I have to explain to my friends. That's what I'm really looking for.
It makes you sound intelligent when you have to do that.
Of course. So it's okay. So it sounds like the genres are all across the realm. We know the where, we know the how much, and so is it Saturday night only?
Yeah, Saturday night only.
Okay.
From 8 until 2.
Okay. Oh, so it's okay. And I'm assuming it's just knowing the tangent. There's alcohol available.
Yes, there's open bar.
Yay.
Well, now
You sound so
open bar. Now there's a
open
difference.
bar?
The bar is open, or it's an open bar, because those are two different things.
Open bar. Well, a cash bar, I should say.
Okay, so then the bar is open.
Yeah, the bar is open. Sorry.
I had to correct Skippy over here because he was telling people at for the pink slip party, no, it's going to be an open bar. I'm like, no, you asshole. The bar will be open.
No, they asked, will the bar be open? I said, well, yeah, the bar,
Open bar, what?
I didn't know I insinuated it was free.
Gotcha. Now I see.
Yes, for your $10 ticket, open bar, challenge accepted.
Sorry.
And then I get slipped.
You better sell a lot of art. Is all I have
Sorry, getting you a good job wasn't good enough these days. Free alcohol.
And I'm broke.
Right, yeah. And there's no When Visions Collide 3. Yeah, When Visions Collide 3, the quest to pay off When Visions Collide 2.
I wanted to do it. It should have been like a commercial, like When Vision Collide 2. Like I just envisioned like this great. No, you're shaking your
like
head.
1980s.
Totally.
School.
I mean, maybe next year we're going to film it this year.
Oh, see?
For a commercial
See?
for YouTube.
See?
Because I'm going to take it on tour.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to pick a city. Chicago's going to be first.
Okay.
Find a venue. Take 5 of us Detroit artists, 2 from whatever city I go to, and just party there. Take art from Detroit. Just show people what
Something
we have.
tells me Kelly will be all over.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's like, I'm in. I'm like, okay.
You're not going to Brooklyn, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because
we don't like Brooklyn hipsters. Especially
although we do have an
Brooklyn.
art gallery connection out there if you need one.
Okay.
We do, really. Can you paint bunnies?
I'm sure I could.
Because that's really all he knows how to paint. Is
Really?
Bunnies. Yeah.
Easter just passed. The market's dead.
That's weird.
He paints a little bunny, and he sells them for like $25,000 for a little tiny bunny. It's amazing.
We were trying to get our friend that's the hipster queen of Brooklyn and works in an art gallery. We were trying to get her to explain the whole art thing to us, and she was showing. And literally, guy paints little bunnies,
and not even
25,000. That's
that's a
ridiculous.
small one. But no, they're not even like good, like anatomically correct bunnies. It's like just a suggestion of a bunny.
Wes needs wieners on his buddies. What's going on over
Where's
here?
my bunny wiener?
Can I Google these
isolated.
And that's all he knows how to paint.
Of impressionistic bunnies and things that look like they might be bunnies. And yeah.
So it's above your couch and go, pay 25 G's for that. And people are like, cool.
Yeah, well, in their head, like, you moron.
Didn't have a cheap car to buy? Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I asked $200 for some of my stuff, and people are like, "Oh, I don't know." I'll be like, "Well, you want to pay $25,000 for a bunny?"
Razor
I mean,
prices.
See, that's their
Exactly,
basis
exactly.
of comparison. Like, you can have this, or you can have the bunny for
Right.
So
$25,000.
steak, you sell the
pick.
sizzle.
You can get with this or you can get with that.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But yeah, she is a hipster queen of Brooklyn, and she is our art connection.
Oh my God, these are awful.
Where is she? Make her call in.
Kelly's kid could do these. Is this it?
That's not.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That's a $25,000 widget
Huh.
right there. Yeah.
Finger painting
Yeah.
That
with 2-year-olds.
Kelly's daughter could do this.
Yeah.
You know what's so
I'm
dumb?
sure she has. This is great radio that we're showing photos of things that we're not showing our audience. Yeah.
I've seen house moms painting with a twist paint better crap than that.
Well, no, and so I went out there. He's got a huge studio. I mean, it's like 5,000 square feet, and it's full of nothing but bunnies.
Creepy.
And then he's got parrots flying around shitting all over his bunny pictures. Seriously, it's
That's artistic.
Autistic, maybe.
It's Boston artistic. It's autistic.
I don't know. What do I know? What do I know about art? But I mean, it's just like they're bunnies. I don't know.
Hold on. Okay, so
I own no rest.
We
I
went
own,
down a rabbit hole.
I own one painting in my home. It's just like when I have one plant in my home I have to water. I have one painting, and it's a Flash Gordon. That's
Well, you
it.
should come to my show and buy more art.
You know what? I will. My house needs more art. I like good, like not like bunnies, like nice, and not like the crap from the Roseville Hotel, like from the commercials, like $50 starving artist. Not that
no, not
that
the,
all of
not
our
the-
parents had, like the mountainscape with
Right.
the pretty tree. No,
The Bob Ross happy little trees.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, everybody had. Yeah.
No, we're due for some. Yeah.
There's spoons, pictures, paintings of spoons.
You've done your part. You bought stuff from Kelly, and
I did.
Maybe I'll make a ketchup packet art just for you.
Oh.
Does ketchup go? I wonder if it'll
The
go
new
bad.
ketchup packets or the old ones?
Well, if I squirt it on the thing, I wonder if
Oh.
canvas is it going to get molded?
Not if you
I don't know.
dehydrate it. No.
Actually, so what you need to get like the ketchup and mustard, like the squirt bottles,
Uh-huh.
and then just like go nuts on a canvas.
Go all Jackson Pollock on that picture.
And that would be the framed prize piece in Bob's basement. I'm quite sure.
And if you could do it as Napoleon, that would be
right.
I'm trying to think of some funny.
I call it
nothing.
Nothing.
It's the deconstructed hot dog. It was worth every penny.
Oh, that's what you can. Yeah. See, you're giving all our secrets away.
So everything this thing is for sale. So, but like, what does that mean? I mean, is it like, so you said you've sold some of your pieces for $200. I mean, is it like, do I walk in with a wad of cash if I'm looking to buy stuff? Can I use a credit card?
Yes, you can use credit card.
Okay.
Because a lot of us have the squares.
Which you should at this point. Yes.
Yeah. Don't bring any checks because that's just
Because
stupid.
it's not 1997.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we'll just
Above
hold
all
the
else.
artwork and charge you if it bounces and all that stuff.
And then
so.
charge you for shipping,
Yeah.
and then because that
Yeah, just don't bring checks.
I want to go.
Cash and
Can
credit.
we go after Midwest?
Well, so let's keep it. Okay, so this weekend, let's keep in mind. So we have Friday Midwest.
Yeah.
We have Saturday Midwest.
Yeah.
We have Saturday night this, and then we
Yeah.
have Sunday wrestling.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
All right.
Yeah.
Again,
I put you guys on the list.
Get up
dude,
on the porch,
our
big
our
dog.
wives are divorcing us by the end of this year.
Why don't we bring them to the art show?
Because
Show them culture.
You can't take your wife to Bartertown.
Yes, I'm taking Bo there. Show them culture. Taking to art show.
Oh, that's right. You did take her to a
I did.
circle thing. The
I
one that
totally
you said
did.
you weren't coming to.
Yeah.
And that you came to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. In. Totally in. So, I mean, some examples, like, obviously you know the artist. What's some, like, the highlights? Like, what's something like, oh my God, this stuff is so cool?
Well, yeah, because I mean, like we've had Kelly on our show before. We've had her stuff linked out. I mean, Bebop art that I love Kelly and I love her stuff. It's
Well, the
it's
art
outstanding.
is not, and it's not themed, so it could be all Detroit stuff, or it could be Kelly stuff, and we have some other guy that does, like, comic stuff.
Do you have someone that does, like,
on wood?
the shape of Michigan, like in Fago bottle caps? Because Dave wants that.
No.
That's what,
What
I
was
live.
it?
That's what I live for. Yeah,
The stained
state
glass
of Michigan
artist
and
is new
Fago
this
bottle
year.
caps. Yeah.
Right. What was the one you wanted? That wasn't that. What was your plug that you talked about?
No, it was the state of
Oh,
Michigan.
state of
and
Michigan.
Fago on a piece of reclaimed wood.
Ah, yes, yes.
That's the important part.
Is
Has
there
to
anywhere
be-
I can go online and see some of the stuff that's going to be for sale there or anything like that?
That's a good question, Ross.
No, we don't have any of the stuff up that they're going to have, because it's all going to be a surprise. I don't even know.
It's like Christmas.
Yes.
But we have to pay
It's
for
like
our
a
own
big
crap.
present, yeah.
You just walk in and go.
There is an Instagram. It has When Visions Collide has an Instagram, and we're slowly like putting some of the artwork on there.
Cool.
You should, like, do that before the event.
I already did.
Oh, but I mean more.
Well, I mean, I can look. I don't know. I gave the password to all the artists. They're not really doing their part. So.
What can possibly go wrong?
Oh boy!
You want us to promote it to try to sell? What kind of crap is this?
People should just want to come and buy it.
Right.
Right. There's also aerial artist and a girl that eats fire.
Ariel. Oh,
It's an aerial artist.
She's on like a ring and she
That's
flips around
okay.
and
I
stuff.
was like,
going.
wait, like they were taking photographs from planes,
I'm there.
I don't know how long she's going to be performing.
Oh, you were a huge fan of the Fire Girl.
No, I was a fan of the stripping nuns.
Well, yeah, but
We have no strippers there. I mean,
they weren't
that
really
you know
strippers. What is that art form where people hang
Burlesque.
from like no, they hang from like
No, the
rags in the
silks.
ceiling and
Yeah.
spin around and stuff like that. I don't know.
I don't know what it's called.
But they were doing that and they were nuns, and then they took most of their clothes off.
yes, it was burlesque.
Well,
Let's be
she
clear.
wears like a
They
black
weren't-
leotard.
They weren't
and
strippers.
flips
It
from
was
a ring.
burlesque.
My bad.
There's a difference.
My bad.
So I was told.
And as we walked out, we were all condemned into damnation, but whatever.
Exactly. 6 of 1, half dozen of the other.
You're going to hell.
All going to hell.
So it's 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock for the VIPs that nobody can buy tickets to anymore.
Nope.
So admission's $10.
Yes.
It's at Tangent.
Yes.
The bar's open.
Yeah, the bar will be open for
Bring
cash
money.
purchases.
Don't give me a tab at the end of the night. I'll find you.
I heard you on that show and you said
We're gonna replay this.
right. So like okay, so I mean like what other kind of stuff is there that we haven't talked about? So you've mentioned the stained glass, the artist. I like okay, so comics on wood. What's that about?
That's Phil Mason. He takes little blocks of wood and does his little caricatures of comics on wood.
Like wood
Star
burning
Wars
or
stuff.
like
No, like
painting?
painting.
Or, oh, gotcha.
and Phil Stone does his own version of comics with pen. They're huge pieces, 8x10 up to, I think it's 2 foot by 3 foot.
Really?
And it's all in pen. It blows my mind. It's amazing.
Interesting.
And it's very affordable.
It's funny they say the wood burning thing. My mother still has the jewelry box I made for her. Like,
did we all
with the rose
dude,
from like
everyone,
1983?
Everyone our age had the wood burning kit. All of us did.
It's still there. It's still like she still has it at the house, like in pristine condition. Like you'd think she would have thrown it in the garbage like 2 years later. Nope, still there.
You would think so, but no.
Right.
So now, when you say very affordable, what does that mean? Because I mean that means different things to different
Well, I mean,
people.
he has 50 hours into this piece, and he's only charging $150, and it's 16 by 20.
Like art is one
Make
of those
more money work at Subway for crying out loud.
Well, and that's one of the things.
No,
like art
just
is
being
one of
funny,
those
sorry.
subjective things where like people don't necessarily understand.
Right, and they look at me, how much should I charge for that? I don't know. Like, it's your work, and how many hours did you put into it, and I'm the worst person to ask for that one.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, it's almost like the collectible market.
Right.
Well, what's it worth? I don't know. What's it worth to you?
Right.
That's the
Because I could just give a piece of art away and have no problem with it. Because I just love what I do.
Wouldn't make for a good business.
Yeah, I know. Like,
plan,
free
though.
art.
Yeah. Definitely no When Visions Collide 3 if that
Recreate
happens.
a bunny and see if you can sell it for a lot of money. That's my.
I paint with my toes. How about that?
A
Paint
bunny
with
with
my foot,
your
maybe?
toes.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what you should do? Like just paint your
With
put your
ketchup?
feet in ketchup and then step on the canvas and then.
Do you like ketchup?
No, I'm just being funny. Like, it's what I think when you say artist. I think of like a guy flailing ketchup packets around.
Call it walking through McDonald's.
Oh, one's ketchup, one's mustard. It's like a paradox in humanity.
Right, it's all about the separation of self.
Right,
and it's
right. We can think of a whole story. I bet you I can get a grand
See,
for
we
it.
need to be your marketing people. That's how that comes out. That's
I'm okay with that. Walk around to every piece and give it a story.
Right. Exactly. It's all about the duality of the human being and the soul.
He'll get more money for it, maybe.
Totally. I'll get a grand for it. Just step on 1 foot in ketchup, 1 foot in mustard. Just walk across it. I'm going to see it there when I go. I swear to God, I am too.
They do a whole section just ketchup and mustard art.
$1,000. So yeah, because at least one of them is listening, going, "All right, so sell ketchup mustard art to Bob.
Bob likes ketchup."
That's right. Yeah, go to IT and the D, photo of Bob. When Bob comes up, move ketchup painting to front of booth.
Get you like a self-portrait of me in ketchup. No, but honestly, I look forward to going. Yeah,
dude, I'm not
sounds
gonna.
like fun.
It's kind of cool. I've said for a while now that I'm looking forward to going. It should
Yeah,
be
I
fun.
can't believe it doubled this year.
Well, and K-Hub, Karen's involved in it too.
Yeah, Karen's in it this year. Oh, boy,
So
right.
what can possibly go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
She was already freaking out. She didn't have a drill. I'm like, Karen, there's 25 artists. Someone will have a drill you can use. It's all right. Calm down.
She needs a drill.
To drill in the cinder block.
See,
Oh,
of
boy.
all the things that I thought would show up at an art show, a drill would just not be on my
We
list.
gotta also like drill in for holes to mount the art pieces.
Oh, I get it now, but that would have just not have been anything that would have ever crossed.
Yeah, that
my
would
mind.
not be in my go-to kit.
You know,
Yeah,
like
that-
an art show.
yep,
You know,
they
like
don't
on
think so
Family
either.
Feud, like on Family Feud, things you'll find at an art show.
Yeah, drill it.
Like, I had them at my show.
Show me drill.
Hey, but we're going to bounce up against a break real quick. But for your email address, modelchick83@gmail.com.
Yes.
CHIC. And then
So
she's
she's
tangentgallery.com.
actually model chic.
Chic.
Yeah, chick was taken, so.
That was Easter.
Just one less letter.
Or you can go to tangentgallery.com. They got all the info too. But
Well, we got the link out to the Facebook event in
Yeah, we
the
do.
write-up today. We'll have it out there in the recap and all that stuff tomorrow.
And it has a
of
like
course.
page and all that stuff.
Cool. Well, hey,
Everyone likes everything.
We'll be back with Sola.
Social
This
media.
is the IT and the D show.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably have the next break queued
We'll
up then.
be
Yeah.
right back.
And here we go.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT and the D Show.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT and the D. All you nerds out there.
Are you in the information technology industry as a professional looking for a job? Or a manager looking to hire top-notch, hard-to-find talent? Call Aero Strategies at 248-502-2500. Aero Strategies is a Detroit-based full-service talent acquisition company that was established in 2002. Aero Strategies is a proud IT and the D sponsor. Make sure that you stop by our booth at the Pink Slip Party or find us at any IT and the D event.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Add that one to the list of things I'm angry that I knew that was Stacy Q. Welcome back. This is episode 86, segment 3
You
of the
could kiss me on the
IT.
veranda.
Lips would be fine.
Oh, that one's hilarious. This is the IT and the D Show. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy. We're here with Dave the Geek. Find us online, itandthed.com,
And our
Facebook
guests.
/ Twitter
And our guests.
and our guests. Who?
Our guests.
Guests.
What about?
What our names?
That we have them here.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Exactly. How's it opening day all day today? Cut me some slack.
So, okay, so diving in with our second guest, because Bob's just the master of the segue this evening. Like we mentioned in the opening segment, so I got to know you because back in the day you ran social media as a party.
I did.
And you did a panel discussion over at Dino's about finding a job through social media and all that fun stuff. And so you've kind of grown up and evolved and changed like brands over the years, as we all have.
Sure.
And so what is the Social Media Association of Michigan, and what is this event that you've got going on this weekend?
So initially, Social Media is a Party, local networking event, primarily Southeast Michigan.
Right.
So now it's kind of been pulled into the Social Media Association of Michigan, which is a statewide association of social media and digital marketing professionals. And what we do is we offer educational programs and opportunities for networking, still similar to Social Media as a Party.
Right.
But this event is very different in that it's a conference and retreat, and it's the first ever social media conference and retreat held in Michigan.
Really?
Yes. It's in Frankenmuth this weekend.
I like Frankenmuth.
We're going to wind up going to Frankenmuth, aren't we? Amidst all the other crap we have going on, we're going to wind up taking a road trip to Frankenmuth.
Bring the kids, bring the wife.
No one know.
We usually
Hide your kids.
We usually hide them.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Is it not going on Sunday? Because we could go there for a Sunday
Wrestling.
brunch.
We have wrestling.
Yeah, no, we'll be back by then. It's an hour from my
So
house.
much going on this weekend.
I know. I can't pass up schnitzel at Frankenmuth.
They don't have
Come for the
schnitzel at the
schnitzel.
brunch up there.
They don't?
No, if they have bacon, though.
I'll eat bacon.
I'm fairly certain the social media retreat will not be stocked with schnitzel and masses of beer. I'm pretty sure that's
They might have schnapps.
It's not Oktoberfest, Bob.
I can't wear my lederhosen to this?
You can. Fair. And possibly you should, because then you would be all over social media, I assure you. So it's a retreat, it's a retreat, it's like what's the motif? It's a retreat, it's a conference, why that?
So the idea is to kind of introduce our community to a new city in Michigan. And Frankenmuth being selected because a lot of our members do have families, and this is spring break.
Yep.
So it's an opportunity to get them all in one city.
And there's a
new
hotel
city.
with a water park.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's all indoors.
this is
Luckily, it's going to be all sunshine and clear skies. But just in case that we didn't have that wonderful Michigan weather that we're going to have this weekend, yes, we chose indoor pool and all of that.
And there's a surprising number of chickens who tweet, just so you know. Like I was just,
Wow.
yeah, chicken. Bad joke. I was trying. Frankenmuth chicken tweet. Sorry,
It's a Zender's joke. Let it go.
Back in your hole.
Chicken
I tried.
Dude, no one gets
failed.
that. No one above Pontiac gets that.
So, is it okay? So is it all weekend? Is it Friday through Sunday? Is it?
So we start with a meet and greet on Friday, and that's really networking, icebreaker. There will be food and drinks and kind of mingling. So that will be on Friday, similar to the party aspect of social media.
So
it'll
it'll be 100 people standing around on their phones tweeting that they're there.
Yes.
Such an amazing time.
There will be a lot of selfie action, I imagine.
Hashtag best event ever.
So many cool.
You haven't talked to anyone yet. I know, but it's amazing.
So it's going to be awesome on Friday night. A lot of mingling and all of having fun. And then Saturday's program is going to be 6 hours long. We have speaker Shannon Paul. She's the vice president of social media, Fifth Third. She's going to be there.
Speaking of standing around at events, hashtagging.
Right,
tweet, yeah.
exactly.
We love Kim. She came to one of our events and back in the day and literally stood there and never talked to anybody, but like was just tweeting her brains out all night long.
She was social media for the Red Wings.
Yeah, that's how we got to know her. And so like I was like, are you all right? She's like, oh my God, no, this is the best event ever. I'm like, how do you know? You're not.
Read my Twitter stream. Right? Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and she's moved on to bigger and better things.
Yes. So she's with Fifth Third Bank now, and she'll be in. And Fifth Third is also a sponsor, as well as General Motors. So we have Sarah Fretwell. She's a senior social media advisor from GM. So she'll be talking about GM's for social media expertise channels. So GM is essentially transforming into a social business. And they've set up this social media expertise, centers of expertise.
Okay.
And essentially they own educating the rest of the GM teams, the kind of public-facing communications team and marketing team, and they're deploying this now in South America and in Asia. But it started here.
Interesting.
With Sarah in the United States. So.
Yeah, I'm always curious with like these huge national brands. Like, remember we talked about like the guy that does the social media for Taco Bell? It's absolutely hysterical. But it's like, is that a top-down driven methodology? Like, or is like GM saying, no, this is what we're gonna do. If anybody like, don't you dare be funny. This is how we like. Is there a concise delivery like strategy from like a GM, or is it something like?
Well, Bob, if you buy a ticket for the conference, you'll find out.
Well, Sarah was a guest for a tweet chat that we hosted last week, and she was wonderful. But essentially, it's informed from the top down as well, from the bottom up. So community managers do have the way that their teams are structured is that the various regional teams, they do communicate consistently on a very regular basis, so that they kind of address cultural nuances that might need to be addressed across our communication strategies. So it's informed by both in both directions.
Okay, so you've got 6 hours of programming on Saturday, like, and so what should people expect if they go there to show up for this? Like, what kind of programming tracks are there?
So we have the main conference track. We have Dave Murray. He's social media manager at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. He's also going to be a speaker. But alongside the conference track, they can always visit SMAMI retreat.eventbrite.com, which has our full agenda. But alongside the conference track, we also have workshop sessions going on. So on Saturday, they can always dip into the workshop, pull up on a laptop, and put their learning into action during the course of the event.
Okay.
So it's not just a conference. We do have a workshop where people can kind of get some hands-on experience.
So, yes, I mean, is it like is there a best practices thing for people to get to? Is it, hey, the horror stories of social media, the genius at Chrysler that yelled at people who couldn't drive that no longer handles Chrysler.
What we'll be doing is we'll be including excellent case studies for them to take back to their team. So not necessarily any "don't be that guy" stories.
Well done.
Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah. So really, how to excel, how to succeed in your social media activation.
Because I mean, is that a, especially for something as, notoriously stodgy, as the automotives. I mean, is that a huge challenge to get them to accept that social media is even a thing, and that they have to pay attention to it, and they have to do it? I mean, is that some of the case studies that you're looking at? Like, how do I get my boss to understand, we need to be paying attention to social media and interacting with it?
Okay, so this is really important. So the conference track itself is going to be intermediate to advanced level.
Right.
The kind of conversation going to your manager and explaining that social media needs to happen, that's really more novice.
101.
Yep. Yeah, 101 stuff. And that's like the content that's going to be included in the workshop primarily.
Okay.
So you go to the conference, the main track itself, if you're intermediate to advanced level, you're already a social media practitioner or a digital marketer with...
Ninja?
Guru?
Whatever you want to call yourself is all right with us, but you love social and you're looking to kind of take it to the next level. So you go to the conference track specifically for that. Workshop, more beginner level, more we're going to be going over Twitter advertising, LinkedIn advertising, some of the more basic 101 stuff that you might.
I want to be in the meeting at like GM where if somebody tweets GM sucks, do we respond or just let it go? Like,
right. Just walk away.
What kind of positive interaction did you have from that? You know,
if it, I don't know. Like,
Well, I
sorry,
mean,
your experience isn't up to your standards. What can we do to help you?
Well, it's like, you know, we
Stop sucking.
Well, no, we talked about it last week with Yelp. I mean, so there's two independent filmmakers that are trying to, that are doing this documentary about Yelp. If Yelp had not started going on like CNBC and MSNBC and CNN and all these other places talking about how stupid this documentary was, nobody would have heard about this stupid documentary. Sometimes you just have to let it go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let it go.
Sometimes
God,
the best.
We both have daughters that, yeah. It's not even an option to avoid that.
Yeah, just step away from the keyboard.
Right.
You know?
So, yeah, okay, so you've got 6 hours of programming Saturday. Does it continue through Sunday?
No, so Sunday includes 3 hours of educational programming and the conference itself. So it's important to also note that it's not just education. This is really going to be a fun event. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. We're giving away iPads as prizes.
Cool.
We're going to have beer tastings, craft beer tastings, wine tastings,
Say
pretzel
beer?
making.
And we're
Beer,
going to
beer,
Frankenmuth.
You're going to need a personal manager to handle this weekend.
Pretzel making. Can I just get them when they're done?
You know, getting you guys to get into a car is like herding cats anyway. So you're going to have 5 events. And
Come on.
they got Slim Jims in the car.
So I mean that's actually good to know. That I mean, there's going to be a lot of other stuff people can dive into and get engaged with. It's not just the programming. Yeah, I'm here to learn. Yada yada. So okay, so does that? So you said 3 hours. So that wraps up early Sunday.
Yep, and wraps up at noon on Sunday. So it gives everyone a lot of time.
And
to
then everybody straight
explore.
to Tony's.
Or the brewery.
Right. I want a BLT at Tony's.
Jesus, I want 4.
Did you ever see the BLT at Tony's in Frankenmuth?
Wait, you guys have never been
So
there?
it's-
Have you seen how tiny both of these girls are? No, they've never seen a BLT.
I can eat a whole large pizza to myself.
No, you cannot.
Shenanigans.
You can.
I swear. I
You
swear.
cannot eat a Tony's BLT. I bet you $1,000 you
Probably
cannot
could.
eat.
Bet.
So we're all going to Frankenmuth on Sunday.
It's 1 pound of bacon on like
Sunday
2
fun
huge
day.
pieces of French bread.
And it's
Bacon's
not.
so
It's
good.
not a pound of bacon raw and then cooked. It's a pound of cooked bacon. The BLT is this big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Sorry, that doesn't really come across on radio.
That's right. Yeah, for those of us for the listening audience who has never been to Tony's, seriously, it's a pound of cooked bacon, not a pound of pre-cooked bacon. No, after they're done cooking it, it's a pound of bacon on a French
heart
bread.
attack on a
You've all
plate.
seen me. I've never finished one. I've tried.
That's right. Yeah, for
Can't
those,
be done.
yeah, go find Bob's picture on our website.
I should see if I could finish one.
Can't. You're not doing it.
No, you're not happening.
Challenge accepted.
I have a picture.
So that's Saturday and Sunday, and with the meetup
That's what she
and
said.
all that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so the meetup and all that stuff Friday night. Are our tickets still available, or are you like Leanning us here and there's like no VIP
It's a
spots?
tease. Oh, the food's so good.
There's this awesome thing going on this weekend that none of you can go to. Screw you. That's
Well, of course, there are tickets available. And actually, we're running a radio special currently.
Really?
Yep, we are. For anyone to receive 50% off admission, if they go to samiretreat.eventbrite.com, they can check out the rates.
SMAMI.
Eventbrite. Okay, yeah.
Pretending like I'm writing something down.
No, I did. Okay, and so like, what for those that are listening that might want to go? Like, what's the differential for them? Like, is it what should they be
Catch up on
expecting to
it?
pay to go?
So they're going to be paying half of the current price. Typically, for non-members, the ticket price is $286. So
Okay.
it would now be $143. Right, for
Not a
non-members.
bad discount.
Okay, and then the day pass as well. I think now the discounted rate for one day would be just under $75.
Okay, not bad.
Down from $149. So
Nice.
yeah, that's a discount. 50%.
All right, well, we'll include that in the write-up for sure. So what haven't we hit on that we should about what you got going on this weekend?
Well, I think it's important to state, too, that so everyone knows, going back to your question regarding, what do I do? What do I say to my manager?
Right.
If we want to take on social media, I have to sell it to him,
What is it
right?
that you do here?
So everyone knows that they need to
It's
be
the
on
social media. What I think I do, what my parents think I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that they need to be on social. Every brand knows that it's going to invigorate their brand, right? It's going to get them to the right
I don't
audiences.
think that's true. I don't think a lot of them. Yeah, I think some still haven't caught on.
They're laggards.
Yeah.
So, they're definitely, that's very much within the, I think, minority of.
Yeah, the T-Rex was the king of the world until there were no more dinosaurs, and then
Yeah, but I think that at this stage in the game, though, really truly taking on social as branding your business as a social business and leveraging social in a way that injects synergy into your other functions. That's the stage where we're at. And if they do come to the conference and can listen to Sarah Fretwell from GM's particular session, they will glean a lot of information into how to incorporate this in their own particular brand.
But if they're not managing it and controlling it, somebody else is. One way, shape, or form.
That's talking about you.
Yeah, I mean that's the part that people miss. We're like, I've had like business owners that I've talked to. They're like, God, I want to delete my business off of Yelp. But if you do, dude, I can add you tomorrow, and still talk crap about you. It doesn't matter if you delete yourself or not.
Worst meatball sandwich ever.
Right. So so it seems like it's so intermediate to advanced. There'll be stuff for beginners there though.
Mm-hmm.
So what are there any so it is Frankenmuth, any group rate at the hotel, anything like that people should know about?
Yes, so the group rate is $139 per night. I think
Okay.
it's down from over $250 per
Yeah,
night.
That's a price.
The Oktoberfest, we've stayed there.
Yeah, that's for Bavarian, and it's also peak season. It's spring break, but they're
Yeah.
going to maintain this $139 per night.
Very cool
deal for us. So if you're interested in coming,
So is it at the Bavarian Inn, or is it at the water
it's
park?
taking place at the conference center, appended to the Bavarian Inn. So they would park at the Bavarian Inn Lodge and walk in through, and then go to the conference end of the building.
Okay,
it's on in the
what an awesome
upstairs
venue
area.
that is too. By the way,
dude, it's outstanding. Every time we've
The
been
whole
there
town.
for Oktoberfest, it's just been.
Yeah, we go there and watch fireworks every year, right outside the conference center.
And every time me and Dave go, we debate on whether or not we're buying this bar, and we always say we're going to, and then we don't.
We almost do every. I actually woke up my attorney.
Which bar, Christie's?
I don't know. The only one. How dumb do you have to be the only bar that's open at like 12 o'clock after Oktoberfest wraps up on a Saturday night? Because we always wind up at that bar, and that owner is always trying to sell that bar because that's the only night he makes money.
But hey, we want to wrap things up, or is there anything else, Solo, you want to do to touch on, or?
Yeah, just come hang out at Frankenmuth if you're interested in
Sounds
learning more
great.
about your social,
mean,
invigorating your social media
It's
activities.
a cool place. It's a cool set of topics. It sounds like a decent thing. I'm not going to lie.
Legit companies, yeah. No, it's.
And we're going to wind up in Frankenmuth. Pretty sure that's going
No, you heard it wraps up at noon. That means we have to get up at 8 to get there at 9.
We're
That's
not
just
doing
we're
that.
not going to Frankenmuth.
This is like the guest
Don't go to
face-off.
bed.
Which are you going to go to?
Well, no, so
Art show or
unless-
Frankenmuth?
unless we
Which one?
go from
I think you guys should fight.
Art show 2 a.m. Uber to Frankenmuth. What would that cost?
No.
I wonder what that would cost. That's a great question.
All the money is. Yeah.
Right, because we're not in Kentucky where all the Ubers are cheaper.
Right, no.
So, no, very cool. So, just real quick, so where do people find out more about this if they want to? And like I said,
Sure.
we'll have it in the recap and all that stuff tomorrow, but just to be safe.
Okay, perfect. So the website is smami.org. It includes all the information, including background information about the organization, if you're interested in learning more about the organization and possibly becoming a member and enriching their social media education on an ongoing basis. And then also the Eventbrite page, which is smamiretreat.eventbrite.com, which has the agenda.
Very cool. Actually, you know what I didn't... here's the good question. So what is your background that made you decide you wanted to do this?
Long story, but let's make it really quick. So I'm definitely a hardcore geek. Used to hang out in IRC chat rooms all the time growing up.
Okay.
Started coding, went into marketing, studied marketing in college, parlayed that
Realized
into,
that paid better.
launched my consultancy while I was still in college, and it's been now going for 8 years. I've been an online marketing consultant.
Yeah, I mean, this has been, a long-term passion for you, which is very, very cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, so I guess we can get ready to hop off here.
Yeah, we'll be back with Russ and Jeremiah. This is the IT and the D Show.
Yep, catch you in a few.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Hey guys, it's Time Hawk, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT and D Show.
If you're a reseller of IT solutions, the original equipment manufacturer should not be your strongest competitor. At Quantum, we understand the true meaning of partnership. We work with our channel to deliver industry-leading solutions together, all the time, not just when it's convenient for us. Heck, we don't even have a direct sales force. Quantum is looking for a few good partners. Call 586-745-4DXI to get started. That's 586-745-4394.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Only 3 more episodes to go in the 80s. Welcome back. This is the IT in the D Show,
Can I
segment
ask
4.
you a serious question?
No.
Absolutely not.
This is segment 4, episode 86. This is the IT in the D Show. We're sitting here, as always, in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek. Find us online, itinthed.com, Facebook/Twitter. Segment 4 is brought to you by...
Leanne's got the hiccups.
Excuse me.
Hello.
That's not embarrassing at all.
Segment 4 is brought to you by W3R Consulting. There's a ton of opening IT positions. Just did a job for there at Comerica. If you need a job in IT, check them out, w3r.com. Speaking of which, we have...
Speaking of not W3R.
I can see what you did there.
Right. We have Russ here from Brightwing and Jeremiah from Daily Detroit, who's been buried in his tablet the entire show.
I've been trying to be a good, non-interrupting guest after that
But the
joke that
popcorn
fell
thing.
horribly flat. And the popcorn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two things were just like ultimately annoying. I was kind of embarrassed, so I was just like, all right, I'm going to be quiet over here.
Get back on that horse, young Padawan. It's a long journey. we can't give up after one failed attempt. Lord knows, you're never you're gonna fail again.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a regular failure.
You're a tremendous slouch.
I'm a tremendous slouch.
Sure, Judge, you're a tremendous slouch.
I'm just kind of regretting I didn't go first, because how am I going to follow these two?
I know, right?
I mean,
it's a high order.
They got cool stuff, and I'm like, I'm looking for a .NET developer and
.NET mobile app.
Yeah,
and I'm like, click, and I'm like, I'm even worse. I don't even have a job for you. I'm just like, click my blog.
Yeah, click my blog. I'm like, oh yeah,
read my stuff.
Read my stuff.
No,
click my junk.
Read the stuff I'm going to post tomorrow about how much suburbanites suck for trashing Detroit during opening day.
Hashtag predictable.
Yeah, hashtag I stole that from Bob.
I've never seen more garbage. It was like a Cheech and Chong movie every corner I turned.
That's the way it is every year,
my
though.
God.
Every year. It's just like insane downtown. I was going to work this morning, and there were people stumbling onto Grand River at 8:30 in the morning. Just Tigers!
That's dedication and commitment is what that is.
I'm walking to my car in the
or life choices
in the Marriott garage, and I'm walking to my car, minding my own business, and I just hear out of the corner of my ear, "Go Tigers!" And I look over, and it's just one guy like leaning up against a car, like on the 6th floor.
Well, at
of a
least he
parking
didn't call
garage.
you a silver fox.
No. I got that last week. No, but if anybody recognizes Russ's voice, he was actually on episode 1.
He was
the forbidden episode.
That's right. The first 8 are forbidden episodes. They're the episodes of which we do not speak.
1 and 2, don't ever listen to those.
They were pretty good.
But actually, you spent how long were you?
Well, then he called in from Ethernopia.
Right.
I did call in from Ethiopia.
He was Starvin' Marvin. He called in from Ethernopia.
That was all in all 14 months, Bob.
Yeah?
Okay, it's a long time.
Yep, 14 months there. That was the 5th one. I have a part-time job in the Navy as a reservist, so every once in a while they'll snatch me up and send me to bad places. Most recently it was Africa, which was my first time on that continent. But
you said 40 kilos of coffee you brought back.
40 kilos of Ethiopian coffee, because it's the best coffee on the planet. They invented coffee.
You can open up your own shop. Why don't you open up your own shop?
I don't have that much.
He doesn't have any reclaimed wood. Do you see any reclaimed wood on this guy? I see no reclaimed wood. He can't open a coffee shop.
Now, have you been to isn't there an Ethiopian restaurant like in Eastern Market?
There's one called the Blue Nile, and I think that's on an Ethiopian.
That's in Ferndale now. It's out at Sapino's bought their space.
Yeah, Ethiopian food sucks.
Really?
Yeah, it's super spicy. I don't like spicy food.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, I don't care for spicy food.
Like
so.
Indian,
well, Indian but with goat.
Oh.
You know, a lot of, and they don't have utensils. They use injera, which is like a little flat gluten-free bread. That you
I'm all about the gluten.
Yeah, I know you are. But you tear off this little chunk.
Glutinous
of
Maximus.
It's like a limp pita bread, and then you grab up this slop.
Well, it's the same way for the Yemeni food, but I like the Yemeni a lot better than the Yemeni food a lot better than the Ethiopian.
I've never had Yemeni food.
Oh, it's really good.
They haven't sent me there to kill anybody yet, so
well.
Maybe kill anybody.
You could go to Hamtramck and not kill anyone and just enjoy Yemeni food.
Well, you
just
can,
a thought.
but what fun is that?
I know, right? You just want to side of death with your, galaba.
So you are back stateside.
Yes.
And you're back trying to re-assimilate into the fun and exciting world of Brightwing.
Yes.
As a technology recruiter.
Right.
So how's that working out for you? You came to our pink slip party. You'd been back for all of like a week.
It is really interesting. I mean, being completely and totally unplugged from the Detroit employment market for, my God, 14 or 15 months.
Yeah, a year and a half, yeah.
It's amazing the changes that have taken place in that time. I mean, we've all seen the ups and downs, and we were doing this job back in 1999 too, where if you knew that Java wasn't in fact coffee,
here's your signing bonus.
Good
Here's
to go.
your
No problem. One of the changes I'm seeing now, and it's this kind of a Michigan thing. Michigan's always been weird about industry. From a mechanical engineering point of view, thou shalt not switch from aerospace design to automotive design. Even though we're using the same tools, it's like, no, it cannot be done.
Right.
It shall not be done. The information technology world, that's never really been the case. Because a SQL database for potato chips is the same as a SQL database for...
Or a MySQL database or a... Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That's never really been the case so much in the IT, but in the engineering world, I am seeing a lot more crossing those boundaries across industries. A mechanical engineer doing it in aerospace.
Yeah,
or
trying to make the
defense
shift into the other world. Yeah.
And I'm seeing that a little bit easier now, which was really surprising because it's been an axiom of the recruiting world that if you're trying to find automotive BSME, BSEE, they shall not come from the any other industry except automotive industry. And that's been a little bit of a change. And obviously the market just in the past year and a half has changed. It was
drastically.
It was a employee market before. Now it's stupidly an employee market right now.
Yeah, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. I am seeing not with the mid-career and late-career folks, but with the early career folks, I'm seeing a lot more people who are doing what looks like job hopping on their resume for money, and we all saw that happen back in the 90s, late 90s too.
I'm reading blogs on job boards that that's the thing. Like guys are hanging out at jobs for 4 or 5 months, hopping for another.
I've been
so they
seeing
got
some of that too.
They got 6-7 gigs in 2-3 years.
Okay, there's a lot of different things that are going on. I mean, are you a consultant? And just like all politics is local, all employment is local, and the Detroit market is not.
Sorry. Special guest.
He's special. All politics is local, and the Detroit employment market is like no other employment market anywhere in the country.
True.
There are true, and that's the same in Chicago. That's a different market also. Here, you can still get a job programming COBOL. You can't,
absolutely.
You can't do that anywhere else in the planet. So,
I mean, since it's an employee market though right now, are wages driving up?
Wages are driving up profoundly.
Yeah.
Across the skill sets, from the developments even to the engineering worlds, and we still are. I mean, job hopping may not in fact be job hopping. If you hired me to come in and write a database, I wrote your database.
That's a contract.
Deuces, I'm out.
But in my world, job hopping is every 5 years.
True.
Right?
But we also know that old guys who are hiring kids look at that in a possibly a negative light, and we still are wear a charcoal suit, and if you're willing to make a while to wear a navy blue suit to your interview. That's
you damn kid.
Michigan.
Why couldn't you hold a job?
This is in fact Michigan. We're not in LA. You don't wear your earring to an interview or anything like that. So it's different. We did see this. Those people who were jumping jobs back in 1999 for $3. In 2002,
they're all VPs now.
In 2002, they couldn't get a job.
Right, and that's the danger of that situation. Is I'm a systems architect. God, if I had one, I had 5 tech interviews that I did with people that they were a systems architect. They were a front page administrator. Right. Is what that boiled down to. But they got told that they were this, that, and the other thing, and that is, I mean, to some degree, that's what's going on now. With enough to be dangerous, and off you built your first app. And you jump someplace for another $10,000. You build your second app, you jump someplace else for another $5,000, and it's It is. I mean, there's going to be that. It's inevitable. There's going to be that shakeout again, where hey, the guy that's holding out for that management position because he got promoted to a job that he should have never had in his entire free world. Yeah, you're not going to have that job 5 years from now, and it won't be available to you because you don't have the actual practical experience.
Absolutely. There is a little bit more technological depth. I was looking at Automation Alley put out a cool report a couple of months ago, and the fastest growing technology sectors are right across the middle of the damn Rust Belt. You know, Indianapolis, Chicago, Gary, Detroit.
What?
I'll email it to you. It was actually kind of cool. All the way over to
Clean air
Pennsylvania.
devices, maybe, but
Something. I don't know. Something. But there is a lot more of a technology sector for people to jump out of. You don't have to be in the automotive industry in Michigan anymore. You don't. It's not a requirement. You don't have to do that.
Well, I know they've been trying to push this as like this mega tech hub, and I think it's there, but it's not what they think it is. It's not Austin. It's not Chicago. It's not New York, Boston. It's not Silicon Valley.
Actually, that's of course true. But here we do have some cool stuff and some advantages over the bigs. There is
cost of living.
Cost of living
is a huge one.
Cost of owning a business here is mammoth. If you want to open a software development company, are you going to open it in Farmington Hills or something like that? Or you want to go to L.A. where you're going to have 10 times the infrastructure
or downtown
costs.
where you get every tax break known to mankind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And employees that dollars are dollars. If you're thinking about from a nationwide point of view. You can get a developer here for $80,000 or $90,000. It will cost you $180,000 or $90,000 in New York City, Manhattan, RTP.
Well, and the mindset is different. I mean, you've got a lot of folks here who are at that crux of know enough to be dangerous and also want to dive in at the foundation of something cool. Because I mean, like that's the. I think that's one of the things that Detroit has. The Detroit market has above a lot of the other markets is it's all about. I want to be a builder. Like I want to be like a part of the foundation of something, and I want to be a part of, something that I can build and grow and do from the ground up, as opposed to, I want to be a hired gun that that comes in and does something for 4 weeks and solves a particular task and goes on.
There's a lot of sociology in this, but Michigan people, Detroit people, we tend to want to work. We tend to want to go to work. Have a job and do that stuff. People aren't, I hate to say flighty, but people here like to go to work. Like
the ones that are left.
The ones that are left like to
right.
go to work and build stuff. I mean, and that's, there's some cultural things in Michigan. We're founded by primarily Germans, and Germans like to go to work and do stuff.
Well done, Bob.
Yeah.
Well done, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, thank you.
We built Detroit on your shoulders, Bob.
Yeah. We built this city.
We built this city on. We built this city
on sauerkraut.
On Krauts and roll.
Not the rock and roll.
No. Krauts and rolls.
But no, the coming back is always. This is my first time being able to come back. The only thing harder than leaving is coming back.
Right.
Trying to reintegrate. I'm seeing. Well, coming from Africa, seeing all these white people is weird. No. It's just really weird. I mean, I don't stick out anymore.
Well, and trying to, and we actually had this conversation that at the Pinksville party, just the whole trying to, reassimilate back into your social circles and all that kind of stuff when you've effectively been gone. You've been out of commission for a year and a half.
It was hard for me in 10 days in Tokyo, let alone 14 months, right?
Yeah, 14 months all in. Actually, it was 15 all in by the time I was because I was stuck in Virginia for a while. But
yeah.
No, it's weird. It's definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge.
Okay.
And my mom left.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, so my mom only communicates by Facebook. It's the only way she communicates.
I remember that.
That's interesting.
No, that's how she told me that my grandfather died. Is she posted, it on my timeline
and tagged you in it?
No, I swear to God, I'll show you. She posted it directly to my Facebook.
Wow.
My father passed away. Blah. That's how I was notified of that. But she sent me a Facebook message. That's why I had to.
So she moved to Decorah?
No, actually, Mark Zuckerberg gave her a job.
Right.
So she sends me a Facebook message, and it was not this past winter, the winter before that, which was the true brutal winter.
Right.
And she said, "I've had enough. I'm moving." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, Mom." And she's like, "No, we just closed on a house. You need to come and get your car out of my garage now." So they're in Nevada, someplace.
I'm in Ethiopia. It's not that simple.
No, yeah, I just can't get out. I can't. Okay, I'll be home for dinner.
Yeah.
I'll take a Uber boat. I'll be there in 14 days.
An Uber military.
Yeah.
Wait, no, U-boat jokes. No.
Oh no.
So okay.
Food?
Yeah, so yeah, that. I'm trying to figure out if it's okay if I make the grow room joke or not. Like how the house sale go.
I think she'd kill me if you brought that up right now.
Too late.
Yeah. But I think we can, maybe just
segue our way out of it.
Yeah.
So,
hey, is that a spider?
Right. So, Elvis. So, okay. So, getting back entrenched in the Detroit IT scene. So, like, what is, other than the obvious, like, and we hear this from all, IT. We're looking for .NET. We're looking for mobile app dev. Like, what is Brightwing looking for that's outside the norm that maybe people that are listening might want to hear about?
I actually have a couple of cool spots that are going to be coming open for an entry level, like a 1 to 2 year developer.
Which we're getting more of lately, showing up at our events.
Yep.
Yeah, I did get a couple of the resumes from the last Pink Slip party. Just a basic, solid, web developer with some front end work, some back end work, and nothing fancy, nothing crazy.
Oh.
Obviously, with not a pure Microsoft dude, but just a solid, developer. Full-time gig, in Detroit. I'm seeing a lot more at Brightwing, and I don't really know what else is going on in everybody else's world, but for some true UX designers.
Which is one of those disciplines that's starting to rise up and get taken seriously. That whole user experience versus UI.
Yes, true ergonomics, human factors.
Like
person,
this is where people expect to see things, and therefore they should be there. And this is how I actually had this conversation in my day job. God, like 50 times in the past 3 months about the difference between UX and UI.
Mm-hmm.
User experience versus user interface. They're two completely different things. Please stop intermingling them. No, I mean, and that's candidly. I mean, you just said getting the resumes. I mean, that's one of the things that we've noticed. The job market has changed. Instead of 500 resumes coming in ahead of the Pink Slip party, we're getting like 50. Because the job market's just that much tighter, and people are getting a little bit more guarded about who am I going to talk to and who's going to get my information and who, I'll show up. And it didn't detract from the number of people that showed up, but they were just a little bit more guarded about, I'll show up and I'll talk to people. And then if it makes sense, they can have my resume then, not the, go ahead and get this out to whoever wants to read it.
I'd say one thing that happened to me last week. I was talking to a guy on the telephone I got referred over to and asked him if he had a resume. And he said, no, I'll just send you my LinkedIn profile. Which was the first time anybody has ever sent me a link to their LinkedIn profile, vice sending me a resume.
Interesting.
A lot of folks, especially in your candidate market, your LinkedIn profile is your resume. In fact, but nobody has ever actually said that to me. I don't like it.
That's not something I can scan into an OCR.
Exactly. I can't import that information.
It's all it is cut and paste your resume anyway, and it's got a whole bunch of extra crap in it. So it's
Yeah, but they have to get rid of that extra crap. If I had to upload it to my candidate.
You don't want to see the 85 published podcasts that we have on our LinkedIn profile.
No, and I also don't care how many people have endorsed you for anything. I don't care.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
Then why do they put that?
I'm proud of my endorsements for beer. I'm not going to lie.
You put beer?
I didn't put beer. Other people endorsed me for beer, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll approve that. That doesn't make sense.
Why do they have that anyway?
Because people are too lazy to write actual recommendations for people.
I don't want people to write recommendations.
Yeah. What also creates noise on the feed and the timeline, which gets people, oh my God, there's something happening.
Well, and the other thing that Brightwing is trying to do right now is we have a little bit of a corporate initiative about some veteran hiring practices, and we're trying to work out some ways to do.
Really,
it's amazing.
So, Russ, we were working with, we're talking to New Horizons. They have a whole bunch of veteran programs, like for CCNAs and whatnot.
They've got some awesomely cool programs.
They do.
I really don't know how much space there is in the market for us to do what New Horizons or some of the other places do.
I'm saying you can work with them if they're putting out CCNAs. You can have a place for them.
One of the biggest difficulties that I'm having right now with the veterans that I talk to them all the time is they still do not know how to write a resume, and employers employers do not know how to read a resume that a veteran might write.
Well, it's like I said. One of the things that 2 years ago blew my mind was there was like this weird anomaly ping that was showing up on our metrics as a site visitor from Iraq. And, so this guy tries to join our networking, tries to join the group on LinkedIn, and he's in Iraq.
He's Al Qaeda.
And so I shoot him a note, and no, dude, he was military, and he was, and I was like, okay, well, so let's talk, and let's help you out, and I approved him, and off we go, and yeah, that whole back and forth of getting him to. He was down and out about his resume and what his skills were. I'm like, no, dude, you don't understand. You have all the skills people were looking for. You just need to put it in the speak that people are looking to read. That's the differential.
Well, and the real differential is, let's face it. You could train me if I gave you 9 months. You could train me to be an awesome systems administrator.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not me. Maybe a regular person with normal intelligence. You could train to do that. What you can't train, and what's impossible, which no school in the world trains, is basic employability.
Yep.
And the best example that I give, your average platoon sergeant coming out of the Army, and I'll use the Army because I'm nice. I had a client who was looking for a production supervisor. And I sent them this resume, and I'm like, what in the world would a soldier know about? I actually didn't say soldier. They said, what would some Army guy know about production supervision and scheduling?
Really? Like, I don't know, their entire life?
Well, no. But that's what, this guy had on his resume was platoon sergeant and then whatever, number unit he was from.
Yeah.
But that's it. And he didn't know to, write in there that, supervise the daily activities of 27 soldiers and, handled supply, logistics, timing, scheduling, blah, 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 blah. It just wouldn't know to put that on there. So it's, again, like we were talking earlier about industry, crossing over industries. It's a very, 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 very hard step.
Well, yeah, because you have to learn. You have to learn the talk that the industry you're trying to get into is going for, and we've had this a couple times where guys from, they're a construction project manager. Mm-hmm. There's no reason that a construction project manager can't translate into the IT world. They just have to learn. That one conversation I had with a buddy of yours. He got totally thrown off and killed in an interview because he didn't know what waterfall was. He didn't know what agile was.
Yes, but he knows what critical path is.
Right. Well, but not only that, but once I said, oh, okay, well, here's what waterfall is and here's what he was like, oh, yeah, we do that. We just don't call it that. I'm like, exactly. So you just have to learn those translation points.
Absolutely. Some of the things that is really interesting with a military supervisor is they work and survive in a world where you can't fire people.
Yep.
You have to manage the activities of a person who you cannot fire. So they do get interesting.
You have to berate them to the point of them leaving under their guise of their own tears.
No, we can't really do that anymore. So we're kinder and gentler.
It's the new military, Bob.
Oh. Well, you're supervising a team of 20 people, and 5 of them hate you and don't want to be there. But you still have to, find ways to lead and mold these folks. So those can be, important. Break.
We haven't even got to Jerry yet. We might, can we do a little segment 5? Just a little segment 5. Just a little one.
No. Bob's like, no. No segment 5.
No. You know what?
I've been up since 8 a.m.
You know what? You can run away if you need to. I'll sit here and talk to Jeremiah.
Do it.
Fine.
Really, are we going to have a face-off? Another face-off?
He always, every show he goes, let's go 5. And I'm like, no.
Not every show, but we didn't even get to Jer, and he's got some stuff to talk about.
You guys have fun.
Whatever. Schmeg. Anyway, all right. So we'll come back for a little brief segment 5. Off we go. Bob's going to be gone. Whatever. Leanne, do you want to hang out for a few, or are you going to run away? You are without sleep for 3 days.
I'm going to go home and make art.
You are
and not sleep.
Right. So Visions Collide 2. We'll have all the information out there tomorrow. Sola will have all the stuff out there for the event as well. Russ, you going to hang out for a few?
Absolutely.
All right. And awesome. Jared will talk to you in just a second. Why? Because I have more 1986 music that we didn't get to, and well, that's just the way it is.
Well, I actually have a lot of requests for my coffee coming through my Facebook. Yes, Karina, you can have all the coffee you want.
Here.
Nice. All right.
I would have requested your coffee if I was your Facebook friend. I would have requested your coffee.
Right. So hey, Bob might not be, but I'll be back. We'll be back with the IT and the D show.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
And welcome back, segment 5 of episode 86. This is the IT in the D show.
Bob's favorite moment ever.
Boy, oh boy, are we going to have big fun.
That Jer guy. Oh, my gosh.
It's always Jeremiah's fault.
It is. It always is.
So, Jeremiah, what is going on with Daily Detroit and all the fun stuff? I understand you just achieved a nice little milestone.
Yeah, we're well on the way to 50,000 Facebook likes, and we just passed Deadline Detroit.
Doucheline. as we call them on this show.
Well, you could. Yeah. We also are now up to a 250,000 readers every single month.
Nice.
So that's pretty great for something that kind of started in October.
I mean, we did that in a day with the comic book article, but good for you.
Well, exactly. I mean, I don't think only Ardelia on our team has a kid, so we don't have any content like that.
I mean, passing doucheline shouldn't be a trophy.
No, it should be, because the further down they go, the happier I am.
A doucheling?
We should
doucheling.
We should. I told you we should start something just to push them even further.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely should. So, what do you guys have going on? What are the interesting articles that are out there that people should be checking out?
Well, we've got
fun stuff.
We got a few things going on. Obviously, I know you guys have a enduring love for the slow roll. But one of the things that's interesting is they've actually switched to a membership model, and it's actually been taking. So our reporter Stephanie Held has been doing some really interesting stuff with that. We've got a great new series coming up next month. I'm really excited about. It's called What Works. And
You know what Russ has never heard?
What?
Because he's been away for so long.
Oh no!
Just let me roll for a moment.
Sure.
Oh Christ.
IT and the D presents Real Detroit Heroes.
Real Detroit heroes.
Today we salute you, Detroit hipster community.
Detroit hipster community.
You test the limits of fashion sense in bars across the area.
Got my sister's jeans on.
With your Polaroid camera sitting on the table between a round of PBR tall boys, you want to make sure everyone knows exactly how cool you are, even when it's 100 degrees outside.
I just bought a wool hat.
Because you're the smartest people in the room, which is clear from the gigantic, ironic eyeglasses you're all wearing.
I don't even need these.
And just to make sure that everyone notices you, you gather with hundreds of other hipsters, riding your bicycles through downtown Detroit every Monday night, bringing traffic to a grinding halt as you ignore red lights and force cars to come to a screeching halt, all for a selfie.
Slow roll.
So here's to you, Detroit hipster community. Thanks for causing the price of PBR to double in the past year, and for giving us the chance to make sure our breaks work each and every week.
Real Detroit heroes.
IT in the D. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
The Brooklyn of the
I'm
Midwest.
so proud of those.
Hey,
Clinton River Trail.
Jeremiah, my friend Jessica wanted to say hello.
Hello.
And that your ideas were interesting, and she'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Excellent. She can't do
Not
that.
that Jessica.
Thank you.
Different different Jessica, but yeah.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you.
So
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
slow roll.
It's amazing, but people are now paying for slow roll.
What is slow roll? I'm sorry.
So slow roll is a something that's actually it was.
You want Jared's version or mine?
Well, all right.
The short one.
Bunch of people ride bikes through traffic, like 4,000 of them.
Oh.
About 4,000 to 5,000 people get together to celebrate the spirit of Detroit by biking together in unison.
For crying out loud, spirit of my ass.
If we do that here in Detroit, it's called the Dream Cruise, because this is Detroit and we make cars.
They do it so they can take selfies and go, look at me, I'm at the... There was an Apple commercial, so I'm...
The voices are rather hilarious. But yeah, it's something that a lot of people are just into, and it's something that I know our audience is interested in. So it's something that really came up. And then the other thing we're working on is this kind of in-depth feature series around what works in Detroit. We've got reporters going to a series of neighborhoods across the city. We've done the data dive, and we found neighborhoods that actually have grown population since 2000 to 2014.
Which would be impressive.
It is, and there's a good there is a number of them. So not only are we just doing a post of looking at the numbers, but we've been going in interviewing people.
Why here?
Yeah, why here? What's going on? And getting photos on the ground, talking to people, not just leaders in the neighborhood, not just the council person, but literally on the street.
So you're actually doing boots on ground, talking with people, fact checking,
absolutely,
analysis and reporting. What a novel goddamn concept in this town.
Well, we're trying our best, and
can we just do some analytics?
Right.
Hold on, let's reblog that, and I'll
Yeah.
just take, as long as I take only 80% of the content.
Right, then it's good.
Then it's
Yeah.
good. It's not really
No matter what
taking-
spin I put on it.
It's too bad we don't know any social media experts who could help us with this.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, it could be fun.
Sola's writing a business model for you as we speak. Let's just be clear.
That's excellent because it would be great to get paid.
And sure, her bill will be in your mailbox.
You know what? I got a theory around that. If I made 10 grand and she was the cause of it, and she wants like 4 grand, she could have it.
6 grand.
Boom.
6.
It's 6. Let's be it.
Yeah.
Realistic.
Well, it costs to be solar powered.
Way more people are going to come
That's
and see
right.
her than you.
That's right. There's money in being solar powered.
There's money in being solar powered. So that's something that's been we're under development. We've got all of our people on the ground across town. You know, we've got Joel Gullickson who's rejoined the team, doing music blogs. Just a great thing on 5 Detroit artists around movement that's been trending on the site. You know, Ardelia Lee has been killing it on the lists and things like that. Stephanie Held out in there. Of course, Patrick. You can never like cease the Big Cats operation.
Where is Patrick going to ride his bike this year? That's the big question.
Okay, so the debate with him, it's either going to be Outer Drive or Grand Boulevard, I think.
Oh.
Which street is he going to die on?
No, so you have to understand. So the big thing they had for the longest time was the Patrick and a buddy. They rode their bicycles across 8 Mile, like the entire way across 8 Mile.
Yeah, from like Grosse Pointe to like Grand River.
Right. So like and they documented their journey all the way across. And like I'm not going to lie, it was actually a really cool article about the little places they stopped and all the interactions they had with people and that kind of stuff. And that's we
talked about it, but at some point
we've pulled them out of their comfort zone, out of the city of Detroit, and talked about do you want to do like an East Side thing? Do you want to go like where?
Well, I recently did a post about let's getting epic on the East Side, but that was right along the border. We need to go a little bit farther in the East Side. We need to rent ourselves a bus. We need to get into that, Dave, and I'm leaning on you to make this happen for the good of the people.
There could be a party bus adventure. I
think that's the way to go.
Happen.
I think that's what needs to happen.
Only if it's a double Dutch bus.
It's a double Dutch affair.
Yeah,
a double Dutch affair.
That's the only way I'm going.
Well, because it's all about access, right? It's not just in the side of the city of Detroit. Daily Detroit's a big thing about being regional too. So yeah, that's exactly it. Like, let's get weird and get to understanding the city. And there's so many people I meet that live in Southfield and they've never even been to Royal Oak, or they were in Canton and they've never touched Mount Clemens in their life. Yeah. And it's one of those things of like bringing people together helps create understanding and it helps move the region forward. I think sometimes we get caught in these circles because we don't know what we don't know. We don't know our neighbors in so many ways, except for shows like this. Think about this. Except for a show like this and the friendship you guys have. You're on the East Side. You're in Auburn Hills. How often would people actually mix unless it's at work, right?
I don't know. How often would you have been cold calling me, Bob, if we lived in different genres?
Shut up.
We should all just cold call Dave, just
Right.
randomly for random stuff. But it goes to that bigger point of like, how can we bring the region together? One of the things we just ran too was an interview with Tom Chosky of Freshwater Transit. They've actually done a crowdfunded campaign. They're more than halfway funded already. Just a couple days in, to do a series of videos highlighting the importance of mass transit in the region, because what we've got coming up is like a big vote for the Regional Transit Authority, and to get some things going like a real bus rapid transit system, and more than just like the M1 rail streetcar, which is very limited.
Not just Andy and Detroit Bus Company that we had on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Andy's great, and what they're doing is great, but it's not something that's going to get you to work every day.
Right.
We need to like really focus on. I mean, you lived in D.C.
Yep.
You know what it can do.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like it's like I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I still talk to my friends back east, and they always ask, so what's Detroit like? What's Metro Detroit like? And I'm like, look, all the cool stuff is here. You just have to accept you're going to have to drive to it. Because no, you don't have the metro, and no, it's not just downtown Detroit. No, it's not. There is this whole it's all spread out.
Oh yeah, like I've been meaning to make it a Stray Cat Lounge for the longest time. It sounds like something up my alley. But
We'll be there in June.
I'm gonna have to go there, but I'd like to go there before June.
Well, you should. I mean,
absolutely.
It's Scotch cigars and jazz and darkwood bars and
that's right up my. Yeah. That's exactly my world. Cigars, Scotch, the whole thing. I'll just go in there and I'll just order the Scotchy Scotch. I'll be like, Scotchy Scotch, please.
Yes. And they have an extensive selection. They're good. You know, and actually that's one of the things we didn't hit on, and we should before because if people are still listening to this one, we do have our next episode, or excuse me, our next event next week. Out at Blackfin.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We are doing 2 a month. We had our first,
It was a great event over at the Firebird.
I was going to say, we had our first experiment with doing 2 a month. Last week, it was an April Fool's Day thing, and people thought we were joking in some cases. I can't tell you how many emails, tweets, messages I got from people like, really? Are you really going to be there?
Because Dave cracking a joke never happened.
No, yeah, and it's like I said, shame on us for being the idiots that we are for the past 14 years and making people like have that opinion of us.
Well, the Firebird was awesome, and that was a great event.
Dude, that's a phenomenal bar. And, dude, and that room upstairs was outstanding.
Some of the wood in there and some of the bar in there is like from the 1890s or something, 1880s. It's insane.
Dude, that's one of the things I love about that place. They remodeled that entire bar, like the entire building, and kept the original bars.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't replace it with, like, stuff that looked like it was that's the original stuff. We are absolutely going back there in the future. That worked out really, really well. Well, and yeah, I mean, so we'll be at Blackfin on the 16th. We'll be at Hopcat on May 6th.
Wow, back downtown.
And then we're trying, dude. We're trying. But to your point, I mean, I guess that's where I was kind of going with that is we see different faces when we do the downtown events versus when we do Blackfin. Like, we get more people that show up at the Blackfin events, I mean, because that's kind of been our home base for the past 8 years or so. But, like, we want to get people down and exposed to, it's okay to come downtown, suburbanites. Come play like Firebird. I had like a dozen text messages, emails, tweets, whatever. Where do I park? There's a parking lot attached to the building. It's $7. That's where you park. It's that simple.
Oh yeah, I literally took the car against the wall.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. So I mean, that's our thing is we really want to bring more people downtown. Just because, I mean, like, dude, it's cool. There's so much cool stuff going on down there. But, I mean, like, it is. I mean, it's such a different dynamic and a different set of faces when we do an event downtown versus when we go out in the burbs somewhere.
What kind of stuff is going on there? What kind of celebrities might you see just walking down the street, Dave?
People from Backroom Casting Couch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice.
But no, I mean that's the whole thing. So like I said, we're doing two events every month. The third Thursday will always be at Blackfin. But yeah, so first Wednesday in April was at Firebird. First Wednesday in May will be at Hopcat. First Wednesday in June will be out at Stray Cat.
Nice, excellent.
So not downtown, but out in the burbs, cool place. It's phenomenal.
Well, it's kind of a way that you could explore things if somebody just followed your events. And try just different stuff in different areas, and maybe had dinner beforehand or afterward.
Because we don't go places that suck. I mean, we joke about this. In fact, we just had this whole conversation last Friday. Was we spend our wives kind of give us crap because you're going out drinking with Bob.
Your wives are saints.
They truly are. But it's I'm going out drinking with Bob, but we're going to some place we've never been before because we're scouting it for an event. And if we get there and in 10 minutes we're like, this place sucks, we're firing up Yelp or wherever else and going, all right, what's nearby? What do we check out? What's got potential to have an event there? Go.
Men have gone through a lot of lengths to get an excuse to go out to a bar.
We've spent 14 years.
They've created a podcast. They've created an organization, all these things, just so that they can go to the bar together. It's very bromantic.
It is.
Nice.
Aww.
Sorry,
She's awed you.
we have his and his towels. It's outstanding.
Excellent.
So what else is out there that people should know about?
There's just so much happening with development, so much happening around that we're trying to really just update every day, once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, more.
Is anyone buying buildings downtown besides Dan Gilbert? Because
actually, there's a story that in another publication that we're kind of following up on. I think Cranes did some excellent work with. One thing I got to say is Cranes does a great job getting out there with a lot of stuff. And there's a guy from Mexico, and it's not who's into the Marquette building and some things like that. And actually, there's talk now that we've been working on, a story we've been working on, is Fernando Palazuelo, the buyer of the Packard plant, is interested in picking up the Fisher building, which you wouldn't believe it, but the Fisher building is about to go into foreclosure auction, which is insane. This is a beautiful building. It's one of the most beautiful buildings in North America.
Well, and where do all of the radio stations go if that goes? Because that's where all of them are.
Paul W. Smith will be broadcasting from a cardboard box. He'll be like,
live from Raw Radio.
Hey.
So it's Paul W. Smith.
Well, the guy that bought the first building you said, he's the guy that owns Telmex.
Yeah.
He's like as rich as Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely some people starting to be interested in it. The Chinese investors, DDI, haven't had the greatest luck with the Free Press building and the Stop building, which somehow flooded its first 3 or 4 floors the other week.
Yeah.
Which was pretty insane. But, a lot of these buildings are older and they do need care, and you've got to actually be present for some of this stuff.
Yeah, there's no absentee landlordism that's going to fly.
Especially in a building that was built in 1928 that you don't know what happened with the maintenance before it, all this
for
other
the
kind of
last,
stuff.
say, 25, 30 years. Yeah.
Right, and buildings like the Fisher Building have so much potential. At one point, the Fisher Building was basically like the Somerset of its time.
Yep.
You could take your chauffeured car. Your chauffeur could hang out in the chauffeur lounge.
Yep.
While you went shopping on the 3rd floor for your shoes.
And then went to the theater.
And then there was a kids area where you could just drop off the Chiltons. Just so that they can hang out and play or whatever. I mean, there's so many things that people don't realize about the texture of what was here. And what's great about what's happening now is that I hope that the Fisher Building and other places find some owners that really want to make something happen, because people want to be in downtown areas, people want to be in walkable places, and they want to be in those things. If you just invest, all you got to do is the minimum amount of work, and there's a ton of money to be made.
And not just flip this building or whatever the next HGTV show is going to be.
Oh, dear Lord, that could be scary.
No, very cool. All right, so, Bob, I know you're long since done.
Oh, I'm out.
I know you are. Yeah. All right, so, Jeremiah, where do we find all the stuff about Daily Detroit?
You can find it on dailydetroit.com. Check out Daily Detroit on Facebook. Also, The Daily Detroit on Twitter. We've even got an Instagram going that people seem to start to like. So we're getting more into the socials media.
I understand Instagram less than I understand Twitter, I'm not going to lie.
Make a pretty picture and people like it. It's basically it. We're trying to do more stuff with news with it, but it's so hard because video is only 10 seconds.
Right.
So basically the weirder, stranger picture we put up, the more people are interested in.
Twitter, if I can express myself in 140 characters or less, screw me.
We can take pictures, but we have to hold the camera up like that.
Right, yes. Okay, and so Sola, again, where do people find out about the event this weekend?
SMAMI.org.
Okay. And Russ, where do people find out about Brightwing?
www.gobrightwing.com, and you can email me directly at russ, R-U-S-S, @gobrightwing.com.
Awesome. So,
good talk,
Bob,
Russ.
Good talk, Russ. Good talk, son. All right, so this brings us to the close of episode 86, finally, from Bob's point of view.
Thank you.
His furrowed brow that wants nothing more to do with this anymore.
Thank you.
But it's fun. So we'll be back next week, episode 87. We have more fun guest book. We have more fun and excitement happening. We'll have more falling down beer in studio. Life's good.
Look forward to seeing you guys. This is the IT and the D show.
All right. Get out.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
Long live Flash. You've saved your Earth. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy. Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to, so...
Well, especially with the back doors open.
Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
Bob loves it in the can.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
That's why I like it in the can.
Joe, warn the troops.
Bear me.
My job is to make sure this program is morally upright and cultural and wholesome.
Shut up, Mimsy! Shut up, Mimsy! Shut up, Mimsy!
Why would like Buick put their cars next to like the Bentleys? Like, why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, I can't take that position.
That analogy sucks because it's right.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet? Yeah, so now I'm just like doing like stupid stuff to make me laugh.
Venture capital is not the end game.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
It's my show. I can say what I want.
Yeah. Kiss my ass, go home, unplug, get off the goddamn internet. You are everything that is wrong with the internet right now.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.